Hi, this is Al-Pha-X here, and this is hopefully going to be the first of quite a few videos looking at building up a track, section by section or bit by bit or element by element, however you want to refer to these little cells or segments that we put together and then create tunes from. And I have a device here behind me called the Fusebox by Analog Solutions, which is a fine machine. And it's something I've bought. I'm not sponsored or anything. It's just something that I use and really enjoy using. I've used it in lots of my productions. And I'm just going to show you some of the methods that I use in putting these parts together. And then hopefully we'll have a finished track, and then we can look at how we combine all these different elements and create a piece of music. So with no further ado, here is the device here called the Fusebox by Analog Solutions, as I mentioned earlier. And all I'm going to be doing is using that and its internal sequencer, and I'm going to be also using the Roland MX1, which I've got behind me, which has got a delay unit. So all I'm really doing with the Roland is it's just a channel, and on that channel we have a delay effect, and we're going to use that as part of the sound, if you like. But I'm going to switch the effect on after I've got the sound going first. So I'm now going to move, so you're going to see less of my face and more of this wonderful machine over here. So I'm going to move out shot. So this is the Fusebox, so I'm going to just try and zoom in a bit. Hope that's okay. Yeah, a bit better. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to create an arpeggio using the ARP, which is up here. I've got my finger pointed to it, ARP. And I'm going to use the ARP and hold. And I've got a basic sound before I use the ARP, which I've set up, which is quite a nice sound. You can hear the filters down. It's quite basic. Now, over time, I'll talk a bit more about how this wonderful beast works, but we're just going to talk about setting up the sound first. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to set up a 3-note arpeggio. So I'm going to use 3 notes. I'm going to play a B, E, and an F sharp. That's sort of the key I've decided the piece is going to be in. And we're going to play those on here, like so. That's my basic sound. I'm going to set the arm up here, and then I press hold. Let's play those 3 notes. Okay, so I'm just going to let that run, and we can manipulate it obviously by this is the filter here. This is what we call the filter cutoff. I'm moving that up and down. I'm just going to turn the volume down a little bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create that filter movement, but using this part of the synthesizer, which is the sequencer. So this thing here can sequence notes, it can sequence anything really, but the main 3 things are CV, pitch, which is notes, and cutoff, which is going to be this. So I'm going to automate rather this movement here. So I'm going to switch that in now. If you can see, there's different values there for the cutoff. And what I've done as well is I've set up a 4-note sequence against a 3-note sequence. So what that means is that the filter is changing every 4, but the notes are changing every 3. So what we do get is we get this strange thing. So no expense spared. I did this little diagram. I don't know if you can see that. And you can see there, as the 3 notes travel through and the 4 parts of the cutoff frequency, you can see it has a different emphasis every 3. So it emphasizes the first and the second and third note, which creates an interesting rhythmic interplay with the filter cutoff and the actual notes. You can see that, like 3 against 4. And of course it cycles round, so every 4 dots of 3, we go back to where we started from, but there's variation within that. So that's quite a nice way of creating some variation. So I'm going to just play around with the cutoff now. and we're going to add some delay. So delay with this hand, it's going to happen on the Roland. So try that. Get some nice effects there. We'll just boost this up a bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to just create a performance and stick it into the computer. Okay, here we go. Just changing the filter type to high pass. Okay, I've recorded that little performance over, and then we'll have a look at another element next week, and then we'll just start adding them all together. Thanks for watching and getting this far. Take care. Bye.